We're going to be off the bat on the board. It's getting late, boys. We're here with Yenem, who's going to get an opening frag onto Aerobucks, trying to get himself onto this shaft, but yeah, kindly escorted away. As the MacGuffin is about to spawn. Deaththrow and Yenem up above. This is interesting from Yenem. This is really, really interesting. He's going to go low ground. He's routing there, trying to flush out a potential throw target, I think. And either way, it's going to be a clean cap. Yenem here, out with the shaft. Decent weaponry. Pithy going to take him down, though. And Davis as well chiming in. Aerobucks going to make it happen, too. And it's pretty simple pull, actually.
Let's have a look. What Yenem did with Vedmetic and the way they play that part, I was very confused at the very beginning with Yenem being so late to the MacGuffin, but then as the plan went by, they just wanted a quick throw and quick cap, which they managed to do.
Certainly did. Aerobucks still with the MacGuffin in hand, just trying to juke and jive his way to the point. Will just about manage. Vedmetic goes up the jump pad. Doesn't live for long. It's Yenem though with the power up, and here's the attack.
That was very interesting that when Aerobucks, when going up the jump pad, instead of going for blue, he opted out to go for the higher ground, which was very confusing to me, as he didn't have any armor. But right now, Yenem with the MacGuffin trying to bring it back to the base. He's got Ray, he's got full stack to go into the base. Now he just needs to wait for his teammates to help him push in. As you can see, he was being very patient. And as you may know or may not know, if you hold the MacGuffin in your hand, every couple of seconds you get a coin. So the longer you are without capping the MacGuffin, the more coins you have in the MacGuffin.
Yep. And so far, that's how they've got most of their coins, honestly. They haven't held the point for that long, but they've held the MacGuffin for a long time. And Yenem here with the pincer, trying to clutch it out. As PreVaiL are on it, but Vedmedic's here to clean them up. Second Vindicator going to be fairly soon. I think PreVaiL maybe get one more push onto this point before it. They're going to be contesting now. It's Aerobucks on the point. It's going to be knocked down though. And now we have to start thinking about that power up.
Yes, you have to think about the power up. What PreVaiL guys do is not necessarily the best tactic, going one by one into the base with 3 enemies in it. Not only you get singled out, you lose the fight, and then your teammates have to rush in to help out, knowing that you're dead, and they will probably die as well.
Yeah, so Vindicator on the side of PreVaiL, but gets knocked down by Yenem. Davis here, gonna make a pull, but just nothing coming together. Vedmetic with a Vindicator as if he needed to do more damage, honestly. Yenem, Deaththrow, joining up at the point. 99-100, 3 minutes and 36, all it takes. 1-0.
You can also see how confident Vedmetic is in his teammates, purely because even though he had the power up, he didn't feel like he needed to stay in the base in order to help them out. Deaththrow was in the base, Yenem was in the base. He didn't really have to worry about anything there. You can see that trust that is really built that team.
Yeah, I'm seeing some things from them that I just haven't seen before. Their routing seems more advanced. They play around each other. They're playing together. They're communicating, but that doesn't mean they're standing in the same place shooting the same person, right? It's a little bit more developed than that. Davis going to be on the MacGuffin here, but caught out by a jumping Yenem, who can now make his way over to the B base. And A, sorry. And that will be a cap. Yenem gets caught out, though. Aerobucks is there to double up, but Yenem gets the better of him. And on the point as well with the pins. He was bailed out a little bit there by Deaththrow, I think. And this is already a quick 20 coins on the board. And position for Vindy looks better for AimScamz as well.
It looks better for AimScamz, but this is the thing about Yenem and the medic and them as a team. They, even though at first you could see that they were not set up for the power up properly, ultimately, the way they were actually set up for it was to do damage without taking any damage back, and that way they won it back.
And here we are, as I say, Vedmedic, does he need to do more damage? He certainly doesn't, but he has the Vindicator anyway. This is, in my opinion, the single scariest player we will see today across all teams. He is a beast. And I fell in love with him watching him win the Duel Cup. It's going to be Davis, Aerobucks, and Pithy making a pretty decent go of things on the A base. Aerobucks trying to get them out, but getting hounded down, and this might not be a run for very long.
This is one thing that you will see between those two teams. Not only the aim is the key part that makes them stand out from each other, even though all can aim very well, is the movement. PreVaiL seems to maybe be lacking slightly in the movement department. As you can see, if I'm not mistaken, that was Airbucks with the MacGuffin. And he didn't really manage to get that far with it, and he kept on stopping, which essentially led to him dying with it. So I'm not too sure whether he should be going on his own if he is the one capturing the MacGuffin. He should definitely have someone with him that can defend him while he's trying to get to the base.
Oh, gonna get the throw, but that's going to be intercepted by Death Throw. It's on that. In a flash, gonna turn around, fight up against Pithy, can't get onto the 225s, and it's a bit of a brawl now. Yenum has it, 180 shotgun, are you kidding me? Davis is gonna try and get onto this Vindicator. He thinks that's what's gonna save them. He'll pick it up, one shot's good, had the stack to make it work, and now an attack. Looking for the pull now. He's gonna be on it, but what the... Implosion Weevil? Alright, he's gonna roll with the punches, make it happen anyway.
You don't see that happen a lot in MacGuffin. You don't see people using Weebles as much as they perhaps should be. It was very risky of Davis to go into that base on his own with power up. Usually you want to have someone in front of you, one of your teammates go in first. Make sure that at least when you both go in, you have the information where the enemies are so you don't get surprised.
Crucially, they didn't. Well, 94. Yenum looking for a final cap, and then it really is just about overtime in those final tippy taps touches. Yenum at the back here, setting up with the shaft. Aerobuck's going to flush him out with Vedmedic and Death Throw. We're here, and they're both going to get some work done. Davis looking for a touch. Doesn't happen. 2-0. AimScamz.
2-0.
They're looking good.
I'm kind of feeling that if maybe he didn't go for that shotgun, he would have been able to touch the point. Sure, Defro was there with a shaft, but I still have that feeling that maybe if he didn't go for that shotgun, he would have touched it in time.
Yeah, there's a real chance, but I mean, small details. I think at the end of the day, it was a 2-0. It was a pretty convincing 2-0. Shouldn't be beating yourself up too much about that. Now's your pick. Where are they going to go, do you think?
I'm really not too sure. It's going to be very hard for them to play against a team like AimScamz. If you watch that entire match and try to kind of understand what was happening, the one key factor that was the main difference was the pace of both teams. PreVaiL Gaming being the slower team, I don't feel like they were comfortable enough with the pace that AimScamz were showing them. I think they had a very hard time trying to get anywhere purely because of how fast AimScamz would position themselves around the map, and the decision making, the micro decisions that they were doing, you know, within their own little gameplay, was really showing, and that's what made them stand out.
Well, it's a different map, a different mode. It's Extinction, and this is the pick of PreVaiL. We're on Oxide once again. And we'll see what they can do here. I mean, it's so hard to even speculate on what's going to be different for a team. MacGuffin on Marina, Extinction on Oxide. It's so different. I think that's actually quite refreshing if you're on the losing team, because you get to reset. You get to say, we absolutely still have a chance. This is such a different game, but it's still going to be an uphill battle. Death Row, Yenem, Ved Medic, all on the scoreboard. And that's already a healthy life lead.
As you mentioned, it's a different game mode right now. They have the chance to reset. I would imagine this probably would have been better for PreVaiL Gaming, purely because as you saw last match, they were playing quite slow in MacGuffin. So perhaps playing slow in Extinction might benefit them a lot more than it would in MacGuffin.
Yeah. This is not going well for Davis. Last alive. Yenem with the power up, gonna collect.
And Davis just showing himself out. I'm not sure about the decision making. His teammate just got killed at the power up room. Why was he trying to walk into the power up room where the power up was? I don't understand that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But here we are 1-0 up and PreVaiL. If they've got morale at the moment, I would be impressed, because it has been a beatdown all series long. Death Row waiting for the second red. Always important. On MacGuffin, an Extinction. Second red, man. Just a good item. Gonna take a pincer for his troubles, but gonna take away from the
he didn't
anyway.
Much stack. And he can just carry on. There you go. Doesn't even need to look where he's shooting. He's just getting the kills. And another one. Look, just let the man shoot rockets. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Death Row. Is he cheating? No, he's just good. He's good at the game. Vindicator coming up. Death Row gonna be a little bit late to it, or rather the latest of his team, but his team is already set up. Davis is gonna get an entry frag with the pincer, but that's Vanguard on Vedmedic, who can now
I just want to
walk
point
away.
out one very important detail. What just happened? As soon as Death Row died and Vedmedic was standing on the power up with Yenem, Yenem instantly launched into the direction where Death Row died, so that Vedmedic can pick up the power up.
Yeah. And so powerful, this Vanguard power up with a little bit of stack behind him. Vedmedic pushes in. Davis does the job for him. Power up does fade now. A 1 life lead for AimScamz. Vedmedic patrols the red. Interesting. His entire team spread out right now. No one playing together, but they're going to join up at the red, and it's all about Vedmedic, I feel. They're already favoring him as the life leader over Death Row.
He is being the life leader, but also he's perhaps maybe pushing a little bit too much. He might be pushing his luck. I'm not sure yet. It seems that he went overly aggressive, and if Davis decided to stick around the corner, I'm pretty sure Vedmedic would have died there.
Yeah, I think so, but he's gonna live, and Egg Hunt is called. Pithy left as the last alive, and not with a whole lot of stack either. Vedmedic doesn't even need to do anything and collect the mega for fun. It's 2-0 already here on Oxide.
Game starts in round 3, 2, 1.
Look, this might be another quick game. I feel like, as I said, them playing slower is more beneficial to them, to PreVaiL Gaming, but at the same time, there is something that they're lacking at the moment, and I'm not sure whether it's the information from each other that comes, or the way that they don't play together as a team right now.
Well, absolutely playing as a team right now. AimScamz, Davis. Up and down the jump pad, gets the frag. Not too sure he would be expecting that. Vedmedic will avenge his fallen comrade. Already, wait, is Davis a ghost? Dear Lord,
Davis is a ghost, and I'm pretty sure he might be just sacrificing himself at this point, being the player that goes into people.
Wow. It's going to be Death Row defending his teammate. Siphonator on Yemen. Finds Pithy, and is trying to make it happen with the Siphonator up against the Pincer, though. A power-up all in of itself in these team modes. Is he going to take him down?
Therefore, being behind him. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When teams have to play together and you have one guy hugging your back, like, you have to have that kind of team play in order to, even if you die with the power-up, even if you lose it, there's a teammate behind you who can pick it up straight away, and that's exactly what Defro did.
Right. Pithy having to be the life leader here. 3 himself, Deathrow and Yenum, both with 2 apiece. Interesting how they're choosing when to attack, when they need to, you know, look after Deathrow and Yenum. But at the moment, they can be pretty independent. Knocked down by Aerobucks, though. Struggling to... And I think the teams are as well. They're sort of thinking, where do we fight next? There's nothing particularly important. The power-up in 50. Red's going to go the way of Yenum. And Pithy, the last alive here, but because he's got 3... I mean, how does that change things, FaZe? If you're the last person with lives, but you have 3 of them versus having 1, do you play aggressively, or do you still have to really conserve those?
Well, that really depends on your team combination, Joel. It's in a way, if you have, as you mentioned before, sometimes it seems like they're all clones of each other in PreVaiL, so they play in a very similar way. They have the same skill, so as them free and having a free life lead, perhaps they can let the other guys, the other 2 guys, hunt down the last player. But with a team like AimScamz, and if they have the free, if for example Yenum has the free lives, both Defro and Vedmedic should be 100% just running around the map finding the last guy.
Right. Well, we'll see. It's been a little bit more conservative from PreVaiL. Pithy with this Siphonator at some solid shaft. Going to knock down Deathrow. Yenum, though, with, is that 200 armor? I think it is. 100 health as well. He's going to be tough to knock down. Pithy will lose his Siphonator now and could be in some trouble as the Rockets are good. Davis bells him out. He's going to wait, I think, for this Mega up in 5. Oh, moves away. I'm not too sure about that. I feel like they should be trying to secure that Mega.
I think they should be securing the Mega because right now, they know exactly where he is. One thing I've noticed with Pithy is that when he would get tagged, he wouldn't realize that he was tagged. And then after a couple of seconds, then he would move, while the enemies are already running towards that direction.
Yeah, a little bit slow on the uptake. Oh dear, how did Yenum hit that? I don't know.
Yenum thinks.
Under attack. Dude, he's so calm, even when he's getting a rocket straight in his bonds. 6 health, 0 armor. That's alright. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's
it will do.
He's good. I don't understand it, man. My POV goes wild when there's any pressure on me, just spasming every which way. But Yenum, he's got veins full of ice.
Yeah, and I would say the very same for the other 2 players on his team, Defro, Vedmedic. Again, 3-0. This is not looking very good for PreVaiL Gaming, unless they change something up right now. Unless they change the way they play, the pace. They have to try anything at this point. It's 3-0, and the way they've been playing the last few games, is not helping.
Certainly. We're on board with Deathrow now. Having a little push. Seeing a lot of Blaster today, and I'm happy about that. Always like to see a bit of Blaster. There's a trade, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, and the DPS, of course, unparalleled. If you can hit, then by all means. It's a very powerful thing indeed. Deathrow going to collect Aerobucks there, who's now on his last remaining life. At range as well, Deathrow just hitting his shots and pushing on in. Not really too sure tactically why this makes any sense, but who cares when you're hitting like this? Double pins there.
Oh,
hey, man.
Look, I want to say that Vedmedic and Yenum would be the guys to really look at this whole match, but Deathrow is the guy that is doing all the work right now. He's not only being the player that helps the team at all times, whether it's to do with the power-up or making sure that he escorts his teammates, but he also is the firepower right now.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just a great run from him. Absolutely dominating. Yenam's going to be on this red. Power-up run does end, but we're left with Davis just on 1 life. Doesn't have any armor. Vedmedic and Yenam, Big Boy Malloy, 2 and 3 respectively. Lives remaining and a couple of rockets, that's it. 2-0.
That's it.
AimScamz live up to the hype.